Hello, hello, Steph here, founder of Nourish, and today's web class is all about leveraged income, how I took my health business from struggling to thriving. Come on over to our free community group. It's called Work Smarter, Not Harder, where we do many more trainings just like this, and you actually have access directly to me. I'm also giving out free clarity calls right now, so book in at the link in the description if you want to get clear on your business goals for 2018. And if you're burnt out, you're scattered, you don't know where to start, but you're ready to grow. You want to take your business to the next level and specifically use the 24-hour sales system of social media. Book that free clarity call and we will get you some easy tweaks that you can do in your business, because we're all about working smarter, not harder. We'll get started here in just 30 seconds, so grab a tea if you are with me. Live replay viewers, pause, grab a tea, and we'll get started. We'll be together for about 20 minutes on this topic, and please share it out with your friends and family. All right. Okay, there I am, all relaxed in that chair. That was a photo shoot I did this summer. Believe you me, I wasn't always that relaxed in my business. I was actually burnt out and scattered not too long ago. I was stuck in my business. I had my health business on the side for about 5 years. I really didn't know how to take it to the next level. I was still working full time in other jobs. Time and time again, I would quit my job to run my business full time. And then I found myself back on the job search, working in different industries, not working full time in my business because I just I didn't know what to do. I hadn't cracked the code yet. So it is possible to make these massive shifts while you're working full time. It is possible to grow your business without working yourself into the ground, 14-hour days. I didn't trade my 14-hour 9-to-5 job for 14 hours of my business. I actually created leveraged income so that I could make money while I sleep. And my main goal with all of this was to make money while I go and I meditate for 10 days out of the year. And I successfully did that. A year and a half ago, I went to my 4th meditation with my brother and my mom, and my business ran itself. So that's when I knew that this stuff really was cool. And I'm a big fan of multiple revenue streams. So this leveraged income, this passive income, residual income, if you don't know what any of that is and you're curious, listen up. It was a huge factor in how I was able to take my business full time without burning myself out. So not only did I increase my revenue, but I increased my energy, as well as repair relationships that I had ruined because I was burnt out, I was scattered, I wasn't myself. So it really is important to, as a business owner, own your energy and come forward in this world, both in your business and in your life, fully fulfilled and full of energy. So that's what this is all about and what leveraged income did for me. I'm just sharing that with you guys. If you are curious, if you're burnt out in your own business and you are curious as to what I did to completely transform my health business and take it passive. All that means is I am making money while I sleep. I've got 24-hour sales processes where I set them up once and they're good to go, and everything's automated. There's systems so that you aren't working your buns off and that you can actually go to yoga, take care of yourself so that you can show up fully in this world. And if you have a coaching business, actually show up for your clients instead of being burnt out by the time you show up for that client session. All right, so this web class is for you if you are burnt out, if you are ready to take your business to the next level, you want to succeed. You don't want to live in this life of 14-hour days running yourself into the ground. If you haven't done so already, watch out for that. I've seen myself do it, as well as lots of different health coaches, in order to really succeed, what does that mean to you? Does that mean having a ton of money and working your buns off? Or does that mean having a ton of money and being totally full of energy, right? So that's what we do, is we look at it from a point of what is success for you. And for me, I know at one point I was making all sorts of money, so I could have checked that box off, oh, I'm successful, but I wasn't full of energy, and I actually was very depleted in my relationships, and it wasn't a balanced life. So I knew there was more. So that's when I went out searching for different things. And at that time I was a food rep. I was a successful dietitian in town. I had my own business, but it just was too much. So before I went on, I knew I had to find a different way. So if you're multi-passionate, if you're a health coach or a small business owner that knows you want to be traveling, you really crave that freedom lifestyle, this is for you. If you are a high achiever, a perfectionist, and sometimes you get wrapped up in that content creation mode of work, and all of a sudden your head is exploding, yet you still haven't reached your financial goals. If you're really finding a hard time relaxing and even enjoying the things that you used to enjoy, maybe you are going to yoga, but you're still in your head, you're still wrapped up and constantly thinking of that huge to-do list on your business that you have to do, or maybe you have a business and you're stuck and you're actually kind of paralyzed with it because you don't know what to do, and maybe you've wasted time and energy in the past. So that's what this is all about, is really helping you work efficiently, smarter, not harder. And for me, a huge action step that I did a few years back to make this switch is I actually hired a business coach. And she helped me gain clarity and really discover what the missing piece was, which is exactly what I'm going to share with you on this web class. So it's all about leverage and partnerships. That was my turning point when I took Nourish from work my butt off, totally burnt out. It was a side hustle, barely making money. I was actually thinking of closing the doors when I hired my business coach. I really hired her to help me figure out if I want to take it full time or because I was so aware of how drained I was, or if I wanted to close the doors altogether. Good news is I didn't close the doors. I'm full time in my business now. I have been for over 2 years. I time and time again celebrate five grand months, and I'm living that freedom lifestyle that I wanted to long ago, when that was just a dream. I just went to Mexico. I'm going to Florida next month, and then Hawaii. And for me, that's part of my business values, is everything runs online so that I can go travel. I can go meditate for 10 days. I'm not worried, because I'm a worrywart, not worried that something's going to go wrong, or that if I'm not by my computer, my business is going to break down, or if someone buys something, they're not going to be supported because I'm not there. So I've set everything up so that I can eliminate all that stress, because my natural tendency is to be a worrier. So that's what I'm going to teach you here. Let me know in the comments if this looks familiar. So what I mean by broke is actually energetically broke. So at this time, and these what these pictures are signifying are, I was a working dietitian. I was a yoga teacher, a reflexology practitioner, yet I was broken, completely broken, and I had no energy to give even to the clients that came to me. So at this time I had enough money, I just didn't have anything to give. And what let go was actually my friends and my family, relationships, my social life, my health, because people were paying me. I needed to show up. And at that time I was working as a food rep, traveling all around the Maritimes, driving here, there, working in medical clinics. It was ridiculous. If I could count all of the clinics I was in, I think it's upwards around 10. And I was the yes girl, right? So if you can relate, let me know in the comments. And it's not about the next qualification. That's not the answer. Believe me, I've done all the qualifications and I was still in the same place. Okay, so there's this leverage crisis. What's happening with nutritionists, yoga teachers, bloggers, life coaches, professional practitioners, chiros, Chinese medicine doctors, what's happening is people are going online. So if 20 years ago, we wouldn't even be talking about this because you have your designation and people are going to come to your clinic. What's happening now is people are actually being able to access all of these practitioners by a click of a button and for free. So that's actually what I do with Nourish, and that's why I know this is happening. Everything from naturopaths to personal trainers, what we do online is we give valuable content and even free connection with people because we're driving traffic to our sales. So if you are working in the traditional office setting, maybe you're seeing decreased traffic or you're seeing your clients drop off. And it's because we live in this world of the phones and the computers where people can Google whatever they want, as well as now access really good practitioners online, and a lot of the time for free. So instead of fighting against this, work with it and start using those systems that are 24-hour sales people for you, which is your social media channels. And that's what I teach people in my 90-day growth plan, is how to grow online without hiring out a social media expert, without spending a ton of money. It's just small little things that you can do to connect with your ideal clients and set systems up so that you're actually sleeping and what you did 3 months ago is still working for you. So work with it instead of being pissed off about everybody giving free information or your clients going online to find stuff. Just work with it and use it as leverage to get to where you want to go. So the internet, right? It's only going to get, it's not going away. In 10 years, I think 100% of the population will be online. So work with it. And this is no secret. We know you've probably seen it on your own social media feeds. You're seeing all this free stuff, right? So this is really tricky if you're stuck in that linear income where all that means is somebody's paying you for your time, for 60 minutes of your time. You can easily get burnt out or capped out. So I'm going to share with you some easy ways to start making leveraged income. So all that means is you're no longer trading your time for money. You're no longer getting $40 an hour for a yoga class or $100 an hour for a nutrition consult. You're using leveraged income so that your time can go further and you're going to avoid that burnout, because I've been there. That burnout stinks. And if you haven't experienced it already, you will if you stay in that mode of linear income. I guarantee, especially if your prices aren't high enough for you to pay your bills. Okay. So the perk of online, which again, we're just going to work with it instead of fighting against it, is we can use it to drive traffic to your location, your physical location, as well as set up online programs so that you're making more money from doing the work once. So this is what happened to me. Let me know in the comments if you can relate. This was me working with multiple revenue streams. I had my business, I was a food rep, I worked in a health food store, I worked in medical clinics, but it all had the same common thing. It was linear earning. So I often was making $100 an hour as a dietitian. That sounds pretty good, but it really wasn't. It didn't add up because I had to drive to the clinic, I had to do the follow-up work, and the energy it took, as well as it really wasn't fulfilling. I wasn't working with my ideal client, and it was, for me, it really wasn't fulfilling to see somebody once. I wanted to help them transform their life. So that's why now, if people want to work with me nutritionally, they have to do a 90-day program or buy supplements. That's the only way. I'm not doing the one-off anymore. I haven't been for years. So this is what happened to me. I was exhausted, burnt out. I had no more time to give, as well as I was capped out financially, which it was enough to live, but it wasn't in alignment with my full-time goals, which were to be able to make money while I'm traveling, while I'm meditating, while I'm sleeping. And then the worst of all for me, I was scattered. And I actually was full of resentment, which stress kills and resentment kills. So I was honestly full of hatred because I had no energy to give. I had low iron at the time and I was working my butt off. So then I had no extra energy to give to my friends and family, as well as myself and my self-care. So I was actually so unhappy, which makes sense as to why my business wasn't running properly, because when you're vibrating low or unhappy, people don't want to be around that. So it makes sense, right? That my business wasn't working, and I was stuck in that 9 to 5 or that food rep job still, or working as a dietitian, because that was the steady income. And guess what? All of that's a money and client repellent. So, and again, don't be hard on yourself if this is where you're at. The good news is you can actually work in the opposite direction. So what I teach my health coaches now in my 90-day growth plan is, if you're not feeling good, don't get in front of people to sell, but instead go to yoga, listen to audios, raise your vibration, because that is number one priority. And then once you feel good, you can get in front of people and start sharing your offer, which is a way to sell. Sharing our story is the best way to share what you have to offer. So this is just a really quick explanation of linear versus residual or passive income. Linear is basically a traditional job. We've all done it. You're trading your time for money. Residual means you're building up an organization so that you have multiple systems in place and they're all running effortlessly. And you can even build a team so that it's not only you working, but it's multiple people, and you're not trading just your time for money. So for me, I always say have multiple revenue streams. Don't have all of your eggs in one basket. Instead, have them in many baskets. And one of the secret pieces that I did is this leverage and partnerships. And these are just a couple different words you might have heard floating around the internet. So linear is time for money. That's your job. You're going in, you're making money, you go home. Passive is you set up systems and you earn off of them over and over again. Or sorry, you set up systems and you earn off of them without doing any work. So this would be like I have a fitness program or a cleanse. People do it once. It's passive. I've set it up. They do it once. Residual is I get paid multiple times for the work I've done once. So this example would be my supplements. So if somebody buys a fish oil from me and stays on it for months and months, I'm continually getting paid for that sale that I did once. A good way to do this as a health practitioner is I have a cleanse that people do, and then it comes with a protocol, a nutrition protocol, and then they often stay on the supplements after. So I'm taking a passive program and then actually earning residually from it because of the protocol that helped them feel really good. Affiliate is you earn by sharing to your network. I've done this for a couple different companies. All that it means, for example, like my water cooler that I absolutely love and I'm naturally going to tell people about anyways, it's a water filtration system. So I hate the fluoride and the chlorine in the water, and I'm passionate about it. So I bought a water filtration system and hooked it up. It's bottleless, and that's I'm naturally going to tell people about it. So I'm an affiliate of theirs. Every time I sell one of those, I actually earn money. And for me, that's no extra work. I'm not going out of my way to get sales. I'm just sharing with people that come over. And a couple months ago, my neighbor bought one, so they cut me a check. And that's what we call affiliate marketing. Direct selling, combines passive and residual. So for me, there's so many direct selling companies everywhere, from hair products to nail products to supplements to collagen. You name it, there's a direct selling company. And for me, I had kind of shut this out because I didn't know anything about it a few years back. Fast forward to today, it's my favorite income stream and one of my best ways to make money. And my goals, because I'm in such I value that freedom so much. My goals are to have 100% of my income coming from direct selling within 2 years. So that's crazy because I love this multiple revenue streams, but there's never been a better system that I've come into. And ever since I've added it into Nourish, it just makes sense. And it really is in alignment with everything that I stand for. So direct selling just combines passive and residual. It's network marketing. You might have icky feelings about it. I did too, until I actually sat down and I learned about it. So I'm a fan of teaching people the multiple ways. And if any of these sound interesting, you can write in the comments which one you like, and then I can get you more trainings on the specific revenue streams. So if you're still in a job, in a job, there is no point in hating on it. That's only going to bring your vibe down. So if you can focus on the good, if you can pinpoint it as a temporary position to get you to your deepest desires, then you're going to be much better off, and your business and your side hustles are actually going to grow just from you thinking that way. And if you're able to focus on the good, and even if you're still in your job, don't talk about your job and how much you hate it, but talk about your amazing side hustle, and it will grow. And if you hate your job, then change it. Get into a different field. I was working in a field that I wasn't in alignment with, and once I got out of it, my energy and everything just started to make sense. So you don't have to work in your job for the rest of your life. And there are sometimes we have to let go of good things to make room for the great, and put a date on it. My favorite's 90 days. I help people quit their jobs within 90 days. But if that's too scary, put a year on it. But put a time, because if you don't, it's going to be 5-10 years from now, you'll be in the same job and still unhappy. And if you want to stay in your job, a couple of ways to adjust it if you hate it is to adjust your roles within it. Ask for what you want. Decrease your hours, maybe go down to part-time so that you can run your business part-time. So make peace with it or let it go is kind of where I'm at. And then focus on the good. If you want to stay in your job, then just start thinking about the good things about it, and you might start to like it more. And you guys, I did all of this. I took my business to, I celebrated my first $5,000 month with my business when I was still working full time. So if you're working full time, you can do it. You don't have to quit your job to create these systems in your business. So here's leveraged income. All that it means is you put the time in at the beginning, and it really pays off over time. Linear is that line in the middle where you're just trading time for money. That's your typical job. You're going to, when you go in on day one, you're going to make your $20 an hour, and you might get little raises, but it's generally pretty linear. Leveraged is you're not going to be making as much money at the beginning. So this would be all the time I'm putting into making my ebooks, my automated systems, setting everything up. And then I'm not really making much money at the beginning, but then once it's all set up and my marketing's in place and I'm driving traffic, then I'm making money without doing any extra work. So that's that leveraged income. Direct selling is exactly like this. Some people, a lot of people start direct selling and they think it's going to be a get rich overnight. So they quit. I've been in it for a year and a half, almost, a year and a half, and I'm going steady, going strong. It's awesome. I love it. And I've seen people come and go, and it really, that would be the leveraged again. You're putting in time at the beginning, but your income just keeps going up and up and up without extra work. All right. So this web class isn't about direct selling. This is just one of the multiple revenue streams that I use. So if you are interested in choosing a company, or if you're thinking about partnering, send me a message or write in the comments and we can have a private chat about that. A couple ways to just make sure it's a good company is make sure it's available globally, make sure you personally love it, make sure the company's been around for over 20 years, and make sure it's consumable. So all that means is your people are going to want to buy it over and over and over again. Supplements for me was perfect because I was already recommending them. And it's much easier now that I know the quality of the supplements I represent. I don't have to constantly be researching, making sure all the different companies are practicing properly. So for me, it made my life so much easier. And then, of course, quality. It needs to be quality. So if you're thinking about joining a direct selling company, make sure it ticks off all those boxes and you will be good to go. Just gonna grab a sip of water, 1 second. Okay, so some of you guys might not even know that I do direct selling because I don't put it in your face. And that's the one complaint that a lot of people get, or they start and they feel like they're annoying their friends and family. So this is by far the biggest question I get from other people in my industry other people in different direct marketing. Steph, how do you do it authentically? It's a traction marketing thing you're doing. What are you doing? So all that I'm doing is I use it as a piece of the pie. So the one thing that I would not suggest doing is, actually, I'm going to go from a different angle. Basically, share your value and people will come. Don't hide behind your product partner. Offer your value and your unique gifts. So run a business, not just a charity. Don't just bug your friends and family, but run a business the same way you would run any other business. So you don't have to feel creepy or annoying. And as long as you offer valuable stuff, people will want more. Give me a second here. I'm just going to let the dog out. He's going to bark. Go on, buddy. Okay, so again, I love the multiple revenue streams because it's scary to have all your eggs in one basket, as well as what if you decide that one of them's not for you or it's just not working out. So definitely have multiple revenue streams and choose your work family wisely because you're going to be working closely with them. A little note as well, if you are in direct selling and your sponsor and you don't get along, don't worry about it. It's not their job to make you succeed. There's so many other people that you could look up to for mentorship as well. Treat it as a business. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people come into it thinking they're going to get rich overnight, or it's up to their sponsor, or their sponsor owes them something. So really just treat it as a business, and just like any other business that you would do, it takes time to set it up. It takes time to create relationships and really stick with your brand instead of hiding behind the product partner's brand. If you don't have a brand, think again. You are your brand, your face, your name. People buy the stuff from you. They're not going to buy it because of the product necessarily, but because of you and your unique values. Quick note from one of my main mentors who's 7-figure earner. Why I look up to Leanne is because she actually does exactly where I'm headed. So she still has multiple revenue streams. Direct selling happens to be 7 figures for her. But she also writes books and has different programs. And that's how I plan on running my business. So surround yourself by people that you want to be like. Leanne definitely is amazing. She's got a book called Beautiful Money. And what she has to say is it's about direct selling. It's the biggest trend in the world. You get the benefits of owning your own business without risk. So that just means there's no overhead. You get to start earning right away without crazy risk. And your income is not limited by time. So this is just, it's not linear income, right? You can start making money instantly. There's no overhead, there's no admin, and it's global. Okay, so what I gained after partnering with Leanne and Beautiful Money and Healthy Girl and my direct selling partner. So now this took my business, Nourish, which originally was a nutrition box company. I only shipped Canada-wide. It took it global. So I could now all of my customers are worldwide. And with Nourish, shipping in Canada was about $15 a box. That killed me. I had to close the subscription box company down because that actually killed me. Plus packaging it up, buying the boxes, the time it took to go to the post office. Now all I have to do is click a button online and my product partner ships worldwide for me. And shipping for my customer is no longer $15, but it's only $6 or $7 because big companies can get really good deals with Canada Post or UPS. So it really my business became location independent. And for me, it was a no-brainer because I didn't want to be tied to my house packing boxes, shipping in Nova Scotia when it's cold and icy. I wanted to be in Hawaii and Mexico and running my business just the same from anywhere in the world. My family lives in BC, so I knew that I had to run a business that I really could just run from my phone and my laptop. As well, when I partnered, I instantly got access to programs and resources. So I created a signature program. I hired a business coach, gave her $500 a month for 4 months, and we created a signature offer for Nourish. It's now my lifestyle overhaul. I love it. It's automated. It's amazing. But guys, it took me a lifetime to make. The ebook, it took me forever. I was sending it to everyone I knew to edit it. As soon as I partnered with Leanne, she gave me a cleanse to use for free. So that's also perks, is just programs given to you at your fingertips. I also just created for Leanne, for all of our coaches, our female health coaches, a 30-day training series. So these are the types of things that it's leverage, because you're working as a team and you're lifting each other higher instead of just being by yourself and running your business and having full responsibility with all of the risk. And I've been there. I did that with my nutrition box company, so I'm able to compare the two. And I think that's why I can appreciate my direct selling business so much, is because I can directly compare the traditional linear with leveraged and product partners. Okay, the tax strategy, all that means is, like, I got $3,000 back on my taxes last year because of my direct selling business, because I had product that I was purchasing, and you can then expense like a home office and so many things. If you don't already have a home business, it just gives you an opportunity to expense things that you otherwise wouldn't without a home business. And for me, I just had to refocus the money. So I was already spending money on supplements. All I did was take that money and put it into my business. So for me, it was a no-brainer. If you're already into health, or you're already health coaching, then it might make more sense for you to join a supplement company with shakes, with supplements, with health beauty products, as opposed to, say, a gel nail company. So that's all that I mean by that, is I got to just refocus my money that I was already spending on products like natural shampoo and toothpaste, all the stuff that I was buying anyways. I just now buy it from the company I'm partnered with. Okay, so leverage ideas to start now. You can do group coaching instead of one-on-one. What this is going to do is actually take your time, and you can charge your client less and make more, because you're actually serving 5 people, 10 people, 20 people in the same amount of time as you would one person. As well, it's a different dynamic, and people actually get different things from group coaching. So group coaching is awesome for leveraging now. All that you have to do is if you want to do it online, you can use Zoom. It's a video conference software. You can do a free trial to test it out and do group coaching sessions instead of one-on-one. Video training. So all that this does, you can sell these, you can use them as lead generators, and really easy now to go live on Facebook and share your PowerPoint, or you can invite people to Zoom and do a private video training in with a private link. Partner up with a product, so something that you already consume, you already love, whether that's fish oils or natural beauty products or shakes. That's what I mean by product partner. So something that you can naturally talk about. You may as well start earning commission, because you guys probably already know this. People are asking you, oh, what do you take? What do you recommend? And I still recommend some local brands and all of that, but it's really good to have this in your back pocket, because it's easy to get your client on what you actually want them on. I remember once I was working in a clinic, and I sent a lady to a health food store to get digestive enzymes, and she came back to her next session with a medication from the pharmacist. So I was like, okay, Steph, you need to just start shipping the exact product to your clients so that they actually get what you want them to, instead of going into the health food store, or in this case, the pharmacy and getting something completely different. So for me, it makes it so much easier to get clients the results, because they're actually taking what I've prescribed. Affiliate marketing is a good way. So if you have a following on social media, you can actually just reach out to brands and ask them if you can promote their stuff, if they have affiliate marketing opportunities. If they don't, they might make them up for you. I've actually done that. I've reached out to people and they've made up affiliate programs just for me. I have affiliate marketing options with Nourish. So if there's anything that I offer that you want to promote on your sales channels, write in the comments and I'll get you the link to sign up. Passive programs. So all this means is setting up programs. So I use MailChimp and Shopify to run mine. And what happens is somebody purchases it online. and they automatically get the welcome email, the welcome workbook. So if I'm sleeping or meditating, they can still go through the program. And it's kind of a do-it-yourself. You guys have probably all purchased these from people. All that means is you're actually not physically sending them anything. And this for me was huge because I know how important it is to get the client when they're ready and they're willing to work, to get them the information right away. So for me, that was huge when I set all this up so that as soon as they clicked purchase, they were getting their stuff, they could start, and it didn't matter if I was meditating or sleeping, my client was getting what they needed. And that's one way to leverage, because it's, you set it up once and then you set it and forget it, and it's constantly working for you. As well as you can do training programs like I'm doing right now online, and it's going to be playing for you over and over again. So my lifestyle program, I have a free web class that is on my website. It's floating around on social media, and that's constantly selling over and over for me when I just did the class once. All right, guys, thanks for coming. And if you're interested in partnering with me or Nourish, stay on the line. Two opportunities with the extra option to just jump on a free call with me if you want to chat. The link's in the description. It's just my calendar, so you can book in a free 25-minute chat and no strings attached. I can just help you gain clarity and figure out if adding on a leveraged income stream is smart for you and your business. As well, I do have affiliate opportunities with Nourish, so all that means is you promote and share my stuff and you earn cash. If you're a health coach, then the smart thing to do would be to jump on a call with me, and I'll help you decide if partnering with the same product partner that I'm with is a good idea, or if you're thinking about partnering with a different one, I can help you decide if it's a good idea, if it's going to work well with what you already have existing in your business. I've done it all, you guys. I've done it all. So I share with my health coaches. I have a 90-day growth plan. It's $500 a month. And I just had a round of coaches finish up and celebrate all of their sales and their wins. And so much of it is, yes, creating the revenue that you want, but also creating that clarity and creating your signature program so that you can avoid burnout or get yourself out of burnout if you're already there. So no strings attached. Book a free call. I've got my calendar open until the new year, so book in anytime in the next couple days. And all that I'm doing is holding this space for you because I've been there. I know what it's like to be frustrated with your business, to be burnt out, scattered, not know what to do, be posting like crazy on Facebook and nothing's happening, be working full time when really all you want to do is work your business full time. I also understand direct selling. So if you have your own direct selling business and you're so frustrated you want to quit, jump on the call with me before you quit. I'm really good at helping people figure out great ways to integrate it into your existing brand, or even just share what you have at your fingertips authentically with people, and really just share your story and share your value, and people will appreciate that. So I look forward to seeing you guys on the calls. If you really, really, really want to get on a call with me and my schedule doesn't match yours, send me a message and we'll figure out a time. And if there's lots of people with the same situation, I'll just do a group call. So thanks for coming, and I look forward to speaking with you. Book in at the link, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.